What's cracking, guys? Today we are going to be taking apart the Mossberg 500A 12 gauge shotgun. Very simple shotgun to take apart when you learn how to do it, I should say. Just easy as that. Put it together, take it apart. But today I'm going to show y'all how to take it apart, put it back together. So let's get going. So first thing, you want to make sure that your shotgun is unloaded. So what you're going to do is pull down the pump, make sure there ain't nothing in there, put it in a safe direction, which really ain't a safe direction over here. Pull the trigger, make sure nothing else comes up in there with the elevator, and you're ready to go. So first part we're going to do, this little knob right here, we're going to twist it counterclockwise, and the whole barrel should come off when it's loose enough. So we're going to loosen this, whole barrel should come off. We're gonna lay it to the side over here. Alright, next part, if I can find my face, okay. We're gonna take our trigger assembly pin out. It's right here, right there. So what we're gonna do is take anything small enough to pop that out. We're gonna put it on there, take your hand, pop it through. And there goes our trigger assembly pin. Put it aside. Then her whole trigger assembly should come out. Put it aside. The cartridge stop and the cartridge interrupter should come out, and you're probably thinking, what are those and how do they go back in? Well, guys, I hate to tell you this, but there's only one way these suckers go back in, so do not worry about that. We'll get to it. So next part is you pull your pump back, and your little bolt slide should come out. Lay it to the side, and your whole pump action should come out. Then you can take your bolt out, and it just slides right out. Then you can take your elevator out. And be sure, guys, put your gun on safety while you're doing this, because that little piece right there is kind of in the way of everything. So when you pull your safety back, put it on, it's out of the way. So what you do, you squeeze these kind of like tongs. It should pop right out. Next, we can take our pump tube and unscrew it and take it off, but there ain't no real reason to take it off because you don't really have to clean it. But yeah, and there should be a spring in here. I've lost a spring to mine. Do not ask me how. I have no clue where it went, but yeah, you can't even see through it, guys. So what I would do normally at this point is I would take some Rimmel and I'd get a toothbrush, I'd spray it down and scrub it really good and wipe it off. And I do the same part to the bolt, and same part to the stop and interrupter. Then I would take a snake brush and put the into that, just to clean all that junk out. But I done that the other day, so I ain't gonna even worry about that right now. Do not mess with the trigger. There ain't really much in here you can clean besides this part. If you want to clean that part, you can, but do not pull the trigger while this part's out, or else you can send stuff flying like this right here, which I have my finger on so it didn't go flying. But yeah, just push that back, and let's get rid of the assembly part. So we're gonna do everything like we did, just backwards. So we're gonna take our tube, want to put her back in here, screw her back in till she's nice and snug, just like that right there, guys. Then we're gonna take our elevator and put it in like this right here, where the legs are facing down. This part puts back into the gun. So just squeeze like a pair of tongs. Gotta give it a couple good squeezes before you use them, and everybody knows that. You just squeeze it and put it back in there until that should be back in that hole, and that should be back in that hole, and you should be able to move this up and down. Then we're gonna take our bolt, and it should go in just like this. Put it in, this part facing towards the safety, and this part facing out towards the barrel. So it should go in just like this, guys. It should push right in. Sometimes it gets a little snug in there, so you just want to push it up over. Well, hey guys, get her in there. There we go. Maybe. Alright, she's good and snug in there now. You can move her back and forth like that. So now we're going to take our pump pump action slide. We're going to put it back on. This does not go in there like this. You have to get these two little slide pins, whatever you can call them, and push them down until they go in there. And you're like, but it ain't going in there now. You got to push back a little bit and push these suckers down until they go in there. It helps with a little bit of light so they can see what you're doing. But of course, I ain't got much light right now. Okay, goes in there good. So, as we can see through here, there's this little pin right here and this little pin right here. What you want to do, you're going to put this pin behind that little ridge right there, and you're going to line this bolt up about 3/4 to halfway, about right there. Then we're going to take our little bolt slide, put it in like this right here, with a little beak facing towards the barrel. We're going to slide it in right there, and the little groove should fit right in them notches right there. Alright. Let me try that again. I repeat, that little notch will be right there. Right there. These notches should fit right in with that. Slide right in. Maybe. I know I have never had this much problem with this. Alright, let's try this again. Repeat, put it in up there, right there. And you should be able to cock it back and everything go back and the lever come up. And you should be able to move it forward and cock it back again and repeat that process. But you're going to leave it right there with the notches coming through. So next we're going to take your cartridge stop and cartridge interrupter. And this is the part you're probably like, what I do with these. Well, there's this hole right here. This little notch right here goes straight into the hole, and this little pointing piece goes directly like that, facing in towards the barrel. So that should just fit right up in there. And sometimes these suckers can be a pain in the rear. They do not want to stay in there. It should fit right in there, nice and snug. This piece right here should be facing the same way. I cock that back. Sometimes this one's a pain to get in there. Okay, we're both in there now. So you want to take your fingers and hold them in there, and take your trigger assembly and put it in there. There's notches right here, and we'll fit right in them notches right there. We just push down a little bit. And repeat, sometimes this is a pain too. Sometimes it just wants to fight with you and does not want to go. And I repeat, like I said, the cartridge interrupter and cartridge stop falling out like always. Hold them in there, push down. Most times they'll just slide right in, but it ain't want to cooperate with me. Do not force anything that does not want to go, I repeat. It's one big part about taking a gun apart and putting it back together. There goes that again. Slide right in there and try this again. Well guys, I guess it just ain't gonna cooperate with me. I never have this much of a problem with this. Big tip, sometimes if it don't want to go in, is also make sure you're putting your trigger in there right. Been there, done that. Not good. But with 30 minutes trying to figure out why it ain't trying to go in and be in the wrong way. Like I said, these keep wanting to fall out. I'm gonna take it, put it back in there, just right here, put it in that hole, and maybe it'll go in this time. And like that, guys, it just goes right in. Sometimes it'll cooperate, sometimes it won't. Now we're gonna take a trigger assembly pin and pop it back in there. Take your hand, push it in, make sure it's all the way in, make sure that trigger assembly is not coming out, which it does not seem to be. Then we're gonna take our barrel We're gonna put it right back into here. Make sure your thing's cocked all the way back, so that does not get in the way. That bolt carrier and all that good stuff in there. And we're just gonna slide the barrel right in here. Just sometimes a pain, and like the trigger assembly, just sometimes it's not want to cooperate. All this stuff wants to cooperate off camera, but on camera it's, oh Lord no. Alright, once you get it in there, you should just be able to screw it in. Sometimes it won't screw all the way in, and that's just because the barrel ain't all the way in there. But yeah guys, screw that all the way in, make sure it's tight and snug, and you should have a working good old 12 gauge back together. See y'all guys next time.